Hello, friends. Welcome to another episode of Welthee Journey Updates. I'm glad to have Cristian here with us, sharing more updates about the project. So, Cristian, what can you tell us about the last weeks you spent in Dubai and traveling and having meetings, and it was so hard to reach you even on the phone because you were from one meeting to another.
Yes, well, I'm really glad to finally be able to bring some good news after a very long and very stressful several months. And as you know, we basically did not have the resources to continue the project as we wanted to do. And so all these last few months, we searched basically for a strategic investor. And I'm really glad to announce that we found one. This week I was in Switzerland and I signed a contract, which is very significant for us. We are basically through this contract giving 33% of Welthee and all its companies. Here are the things that we will get because of this 33% equity share in the company. We will get 330,000 Swiss francs, and this is to raise the capital for the Swiss company. We are giving one board seat in the company, and we might even give two today. The investor called me and they had a suggestion to bring another very influential person from Switzerland to be part of the board, and which in principle I agreed. But probably the most significant part is that we are going to get a loan for 3 years of 7.5 million euros at a very low interest, which is only 2% per year. And the primarily role of the loan is to buy back the tokens on the market at the price that they were sold for. So it's not at a higher price, but probably will give a certain number of tokens to each person as a bonus for all this period that they had the money with us. So we want to recognize that and to say thank you for all this time when their funds were with us. So this is really good news. Now the fund, we will have to do quite a bit of paperwork for all this to happen, but it's nothing difficult, nothing that should take more than a month. So the agreement is that in the next 30 days, we will do all this paperwork that is required. And at the end of the 30 days, so that is basically on September 10th. On September 10th, we will get the funds. Now, after we get the funds in Switzerland, we will have to transfer them to the Romanian companies. The Romanian companies were the ones that sold the tokens. So what we are saying is that we will process the funds that were requested until the end of September. So if anyone does not have any more patience to wait and the development that we still need to do, they can request the funds with the email address cashback@welthee.com, and we will give you the document that you have to fill out, nothing complicated, and you will be able to get the funds back. As I said, by the end of September, that's the deadline for us, where we will...
Yeah, we will come with a more detailed procedure
Sure.
on the cashback at a later date, and we'll explain everything. And if you have questions about cashback, you can post them on Telegram, send them over, and we will make like a tutorial or something on all the steps that people need to do.
Yeah, so we do know that at this point the assets do not show up in the wallet, and You don't have to panic about that. It will be fixed, and the tokens are safe. The database is safe, so no risk there. Nothing is lost from that perspective, and definitely that is a priority, and it will be fixed. Now, this is the really good news. The strategic investor and the possibility to honor the cashback requests, and of course to develop Welthee further. But there is another really good news that I have to share with you. And I've been at a lot of events. I tried to build relationship with strategic partners that we will need once we have the funding. And I was at a launch event of a project in Dubai, and I was amazed of what I heard there. One lawyer who is very well known, renowned in the world, one of the top IP, intellectual property lawyers in the world, who was recognized by many international forums for his contributions in the intellectual property field. He spoke at this event, and I was amazed of what I heard. Immediately after the meeting, I went, talked to him, congratulated him for the amazing work that he has done. And here is the idea. He has a very large team of lawyers and people with whom he works to evaluate the intellectual property of a company, then to register it at the international level. And this registration is valid in about 190 countries, I believe. And then he not only that evaluates it and registers it, but he issues some certificates that you can use to show the value of the intellectual property. You can put them into a company, separate company, and you can then make those in shares, and part of them you can tokenize. And the really big deal about this is that a token, once is backed by intellectual property, it's not a security. And this is 100% sure that it's not a security. And what this means is that that token can be sold in those 190 countries, being an intellectual property backed token, and nobody can say that it's a security. And that means that the US market, the American market, is wide open. I've discussed since then with a few others involved in the ecosystem of selling tokens, and they said, this is mind-blowing. This is amazing, because the US market has a huge potential. I mean, a lot of crypto holders, but buying power. More than the number. I mean, the number is huge of crypto holders in US, but the buying power is very high. So this is for us an amazing news. So this we already are in the final stages of signing a contract with them. They gave us the offer, and they also, what's really good is that they also raise funds for the intellectual property companies. They already raised over 500 million, so they have an arm that works with this. They raised over 500 million. They are working with family offices. They work with high net worth individuals and with investment funds. And put my name easily on projects. I explained what we have. I told him also the crisis that we are in. I was very transparent with him, because you will find out anyway that I told him we ran out of money basically, but here is where we are. We do have an amazing technology. I believe amazing intellectual property. But this is where we are. So yes, we do need funds. So and I've discussed with him before signing the contract that I just signed this week. So I was going that direction anyway. So I tried in many different ways to raise funds for us to be able to continue. So we've discussed, and he said, "Yeah, I believe we can raise even $10 million for you in a couple of months after the IP is evaluated and registered." And they said that they do it in 21 working days. They are very efficient in what they do. So this is amazing because, as I said, it opens up the U.S. market. So we made the decision basically to issue our next token, and that token will be backed by intellectual property. And again, that will give us the possibility to sell it in about 190 countries without worrying about regulators saying that it's a security. They already had cases, even with SEC in the US, where somebody said, well, this token is a security. They send all the documentation and the SEC responded, no, this is intellectual property. It's not our jurisdiction. So this is really good news. As I said, the US market will be open for us as well. So these are the updates. I do hope that you are encouraged. If you do not want to remain in the project, I do understand. I've discussed with several who have some immediate needs, and they shared with me that I really need it because of some personal issues or so forth to have the cash back, and I totally understand. But we do have this good news. I believe we will be able to come in the next few weeks with more good news and restore the wallet functionality and honor all the cash back, and then announce the new token and the listings and everything. So have a blessed day. Thank you again for all your support and patience, and we will come fairly soon with more good news.
Yes, thank you for staying with us, and I'll keep you updated as soon as we have more things to share with you guys. We'll be informing you about everything on the Telegram community, and obviously in a live with Cristian. So thank you, Cristian. Thank you guys for staying with us. So see you in another video. Bye for now.
Okay, bye-bye.